That does it. Come sleet or shine, they're always here. I feel a bit for him because I can understand the players not really wanting to hang about in weather like this, but we've seen Rasmus Hojlund and he's happily signed some autographs for them, so if they do a couple, then they're going to make people very happy.
I mean, that's all that matters, isn't it? You know, you get a little bit of a taste of the atmosphere before you head into the Theatre of Dreams, and with conditions like this, how do you think the game is going to go today? And especially when it's windy, it's a little bit tricky.
It can be, but because of the height of this stadium, it shouldn't really play too much of a part. Obviously, the stronger the wind, the more chance that it's got to penetrate in the stadium bowl. But you'd have thought that it's not going to be too much of an issue with the height of the stands. It'll shield it from anything too major.
I mean, it's quite important, this game, as well as the rest of them. Ruben Amorim, he said in his press conference about how important it was to get results here at Old Trafford, and as United fans, you know, you want it to be a fortress all over again.
That has to be for every Premier League club, really. You need to make your home games really count. United have had a really good run, obviously, with the result in midweek at Arsenal aside. You know, they were on a 6-7 match unbeaten run, and they need to get back to that as well. We know that there's a lot of games in December, but if they can start afresh now after that defeat with a victory here against a very sort of well-structured under Nuno Espirito Santo, a well-structured Nottingham Forest side, I still expect United to run out winners, but it's not going to be easy. And let's not forget that Liverpool, riding high at the top of the league, they're the only team to have gone there and won. So they have got players that are capable and a team that's capable.
Exactly, you have said that statistic there. Nottingham Forest, they're the only side to have defeated league leaders Liverpool so far with a 1-0 win at Anfield in early September. It just shows the desire that they have in their squad. And I mean, but as we said about our Old Trafford record here, United have lost just one of our last 10 Old Trafford outings, scoring 28 goals in that time. I mean, we want that to continue. Yeah,
of course we do. And they've got the team to be able to do that. I think the performance midweek, especially the first half, they were excellent. They really were. There was that solidity that we haven't perhaps seen in recent times, but it was there. What they need to do with that now is to transfer it into creating chances going forward, which were few and far between against Arsenal. But here at Old Trafford, I think they'll be able to do that, and they need to do that going forward in order not just to keep the opposition out, but to be able to go and win games.
I mean, DJ, I could blow away here. We are talking about the conditions.
Yeah, it's belting, isn't it? I love it.
You love it? Are you sure?
No, absolutely not.
But you know what? When you're a player, is this kind of the worst conditions to play in?
I actually do. I mean, the wind, again, I don't think it'll be an issue here, but in general, when it is windy like this, then it can play a part. I don't mind it being wet. I think for the position that I played in, and for some of these lads out here, having a slick surface is really to your advantage as a forward player. As a defender, not so much, because you have to be sure-footed, and obviously a slippy surface is going to sometimes imbalance you, make you slip. You have to have your body shape really right. I don't want to go into a coaching analysis, but the wind, without any question, is an issue for footballers. But it shouldn't be here today.
I mean, in your playing days, I would have had you down as being a bit of a tough cookie.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think maybe on occasions I might have acted that because I knew that nothing could come of it. But no, they were plenty tougher than me, I can assure you.
I mean, we're hopefully going to get some players arriving soon. It's always quite intriguing when a car just pulls up, because you want to know who's going to get out of that car now, who's going to be some of the first players to arrive. I mean, there's always a certain kind of style when players get here, whether they want to chill out, play some music, or they just want to stay focused, not say a word to anyone and just get themselves in game mode. It's always curious, different personalities in that changing room.
There's always going to be different sort of pre-match scenarios that any player goes through. Some of them just like to be on their own, some of them like to be in a group, some of them like to listen to music. It's whatever makes you comfortable and gets you at the peak of readiness to be able to go out and perform.
And it shows dedication to the fans, as Diogo Dalot has not only signed pretty much everything along this row of fans, he's now just gone over to the side as well, on just the edge of the players' entrance there. I mean, he's surely not afraid of these conditions.
No, and to be fair to him, he's one of the first to arrive, and he always stops and signs autographs. And fans remember that.
Yeah, they do. I mean, especially the younger generation of fans too. I mean, all of a sudden they can be a United fan for life for those incredible moments.
Well, you look at the conditions that we've got here. They're not conditions that people necessarily want to be standing outside in. And certainly the players, when they're trying to prepare for a game, they don't want to be standing outside getting cold. But there's that realisation there that this is what they're doing it for, and they don't want to disappoint. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Okay. I'm currently just trying to brave the conditions. It's not helpful when you're only 5'3", I tell you that.
No, I'm not much taller.
You aren't, Ben, actually. Thank you for making that aware for everyone. I mean, yes, as we said, the conditions here are quite tricky. We've got some players coming out here now too. I think Christian Eriksen is walking in now as well. He's got a cap on. He's ready for these conditions, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't want to be coming out the house in shorts and T-shirt, do you? The lads have got jackets, and this is absolutely the day to be wearing them, along with, gloves, hats, scarves, whatever it is, because you don't want to take any risks. It's not a nice day. It's a cold day. It's a windy day, and you just want to make sure that you come out the house and you're dressed accordingly.
But this has all the ingredients of a very dramatic win at the Theatre of Dreams in these blustery conditions, doesn't it?
It shouldn't be, like I said before, it shouldn't be an issue. The wind. It's they're not nice conditions for the supporters. I can grant you that, but I'm hoping that they'll be shielded when they get onto the pitch, and for the supporters that the weather might calm down in a couple of hours when kickoff arrives.
I mean, that's exactly what you'd hope, but I mean, credit where credit is due for the fans that are here. I mean, there are so many fans, even more coming out now as the players start to arrive here. I mean, it's a lot of dedication, effort, as we said, just being a Red, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, as we've said before, there is some of these fans that are probably, coming just for this match. They've put this game aside, and they want to maximise their enjoyment of the day, not only watching the game, but being able to catch a glimpse of the players. They couldn't have envisaged that it was going to be a day like this, but here they are. It's absolutely packed to the rafters, and it's great to see that the players are stopping and acknowledging that.
You can see some more players coming in now as well. I mean,
through squinted eyes we can, yeah.
I was going to say through squinted eyes, Ben. It really is. Bruno Fernandes, captain of Manchester United. He got a mention in the press conference of Ruben Amorim, and it was talking about, obviously, that every player gets tired, but he said he knows that Bruno Fernandes is a type of player that just recovers so quickly that he could use him again and again. Yeah,
his fitness is absolutely immense. I think, if you just take to one side a little bit the impact that he's had since he's come, he's been able to do that because of his brilliant rate of recovery. He's very, very rarely injured. You could probably count on one hand the number of games that he's had to miss since he's arrived. And that is why he is so valuable to the team, not just because of what he does when he's on the field, but because he's always available to be on the field.
You've also got the Old Trafford fans here getting a chance to see Lenny Yoro, who is just behind Bruno Fernandes there. It was great to see him make his competitive debut for the club. And I mean, these are his first meetings with these fans, which is so strange because obviously he has been part of it for the entire season, but was just unlucky with that injury. Yeah,
he was unlucky. He made a real promising start in pre-season before his foot injury, and it obviously not the start that he wanted, but with it being an impact injury, there's not really very much he could have done about it. It wasn't his fault, but he's had that recovery now. And now he needs to concentrate on getting himself into the team. He'll love seeing this because, like you said, he won't have seen it very often in the time that he spent recovering. But now it's all the hard work is ahead of him to be able to get himself into this team.
We have got Manuel Ugarte arriving here too. He got another mention as well in Ruben Amorim's press conference, talking about how it's great that he knows Ugarte so well, and it's great that a head coach, especially at the start of his era at the club, knows a player so well, so knows exactly how to utilise him. It's a great step in the right direction.
Yeah, and that's what, over a period of time, and it needs to be a short time as well, that Ruben Amorim recognises what each player needs and how quickly their recovery time is. Obviously, knowing players is going to be a big help to him, and he does that with Manuel Ugarte. But in a short period of time, he is going to learn who needs what.
See more signatures being signed by our players now too.
So much.
We can see Mason Mount arriving now. What have you made of his performance? Obviously, it was unlucky for us to get that defeat against Arsenal. Obviously, quite hard to take when we have been on a little bit of a good run. But what did you make of Mason Mount?
I think he's coming to the team and he's done really well. I think having played in a team before that plays in this sort of a formation, I think he's key. I think he's a very intelligent player, the way that he presses. I think he's an intelligent player in terms of the way that he has a vision and a picture of when the ball comes into him, and that's invaluable. And I think he can get better. We haven't seen the best of him, and I'm looking forward to when we do.
I've got Alejandro Garnacho that is arriving now at the stadium. I mean, it's great to him also. He has received a nomination for the Puskas Award for that incredible bicycle kick. I mean, he obviously does want to potentially recreate that at some point. I feel like he might be trying a bit too hard in these conditions if he tried that today, though.
I don't think he'll ever do it again, and that's taking nothing away from the ability he's got. But an opportunity like that pretty much only ever comes once in a lifetime, and he was very fortunate that he took it. Brilliant execution. I'd be hard pushed to think of another goal that's going to beat it, to be honest with you.
It's such a prestigious award as well to be nominated for, and we keep forgetting that Alejandro Garnacho is still such a young player. To have that honour at such a young age is an incredible guy.
Yeah, it is, and it just shows what a skillful player he is, and how technically gifted he is. He will score wonderful goals going forward. There's absolutely no question about that. But to actually score a goal of that ilk, the way that he did at Goodison Park, it's going to be very, very difficult to be able to reproduce.
We can now see, obviously, Mason getting inside, Tom Heaton as well. Alejandro Garnacho, he's rushing to get inside there. I mean, he's clearly a fan of these conditions.
I can't think why. Yeah.
And then we've got Ahmad as well. I mean, Ruben Amorim, he warned his players that they need to run like mad dogs to achieve